This is it, guys. Last day of Knobcon, Sunday. I have to stop by all the booths that I missed yesterday. This experience has been out of this world. I can't even explain like the social high from just being around a bunch of synthesizer nerds and music making enthusiasts. It's also been awesome to meet some fans. Like, it's just been super flattering and humbling, and thank you guys for watching and just for being cool. I really appreciate it. And one of the things that it's not easily seen from like the videos of the gear is really like the community and like the whole sense of Knobcon. Like, everybody here has gear at home. Like, people aren't here for the gear. They're here to hang out with like-minded individuals, geek out about gear, and it's been awesome. I've met so many cool people. It's something I'm definitely gonna be interested in coming to again. You can see like my tired face, just too much fun yesterday. Went to bed kind of late, but it was awesome. All these people here have just been amazing. Everyone has been synth nerds, you know? If you never come to Knobcon before, definitely check it out. Definitely worth going to. Alright, let's go check it out. Last day of Knobcon. Check out a few things that we haven't yet. We haven't seen this yet. This is dope. What is this craziness? Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I've got a couple things going on. I've got the Vidpix module, which is doing your video here, and so we're just looking at one. The Vidpix it's a really simple video synth. You don't have to know anything about video synth in order to be able to use it.
Oh no, I don't want to know about this. This is just, I'm scared now.
Yeah, right.
I've been trying not to.
A little bit.
I've been trying not to dig into the video realm, but it's been so exciting this weekend with all the cool stuff.
Oh, I know. They've been so. Have you seen the shows? Like the video
yeah,
shows?
but there's always like so many modules. So you're telling me I don't need all those modules?
No. This is all self-contained. What you're seeing on the screen, it's just reacting to the audio. It's reacting to my little 8-bit snare there.
That's awesome.
So it's you just plug the audio in. If you're using Euro Rack, you'll need to send gates to your pattern and color to change those. But there's also a tabletop version which just has little buttons you can push.
Okay.
That doesn't require any Euro Rack. It all runs off a USB.
Nice. So which one is the module?
So it's this guy right here, the Vidpix. So you got it, and that's got RCA out. Which if you don't have, you know, if you're working with like a projector or if you're working with like a flat screen monitor or something, you can get an adapter for that. Like this right here this is a computer monitor that we have.
So can you like upload different videos and stuff onto it?
You can. You totally can.
Or how many like revisions of?
So there's different patterns. So first of all, if you hit the pattern button, it'll change. Change the manual. It'll change the pattern. And then if you hit the color button, it'll change the color. But then you can also, if you hold down both buttons at the same time, it'll pull up a menu.
Oh,
and you can
cool.
choose like if you want like 8-bit nostalgia. That one's pretty cool.
Nice. So this is something that you guys are adding to, like as the time comes.
We have added to it.
Yeah.
And we also made like the software stuff open source, so you can go to GitHub
awesome.
and you can program your own stuff.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
So technically, it's 2 modules that you need.
Oh no, just one. I have 2 hooked in here.
So this is just the triggers.
This is just the triggers because it's in Euro Rack.
Right.
If you have the tabletop version,
you don't have it to show?
I don't have that one here, but you can just hit the little buttons on top, and it's all you need. It's literally all you need.
What is all this?
So this is the Astronoise module. This is it's an 8-bit like kind of chiptune drum module. So right now I've got this is kind of like my bass drum here. This is my snare. So it's got a decay on it, so you can kind of tighten that up if you want.
Yeah, that's nice. I haven't seen that in no module. Is it new?
Yeah, this is brand new.
So you just announced this just now? Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called the Astronoise.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a decay on it.
So it's 4 modules.
It's just one module.
Oh,
so each one of these is just doing one thing.
Okay.
So and you're only hearing these 2. This one's kind of like more ethereal. It's going through a delay over here.
Oh, it looks like it's split, but it's not, right?
No. It's just for the
okay, cool.
Yeah. So then you also have so if you want to hear what it sounds like all by itself. It's got a couple of LFOs you can turn on and off. Nintendo Lava, you know, all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which that's kind of nice for like your, especially for the drum stuff. The noise stuff sounds really good with the drum stuff. Yeah. And then we also have LFOs that you can mess around with too, which is cool for the drum stuff as well. Kind of like an 808's got LFOs. You can add a little bit of life and breath to it. So
yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, and then one other random like weird kind of thing about it is you can actually get a bunch of different tones by flicking the tone switch back and forth. Every time you do, it changes a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just the chips interfacing in a weird way that we'll call a feature, not a bug. But it's just nice. Old school technology being weird.
It's meant to do that. It's supposed to do that. That's on purpose.
I think it's really cool.
It's awesome. That makes it extra special.
Right.
What about this case? Is this something you guys are, or this is just you?
This is something that we made just for the show. Actually.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, because we got a video module, we got like a chiptune module.
I would totally buy something like this.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
awesome.
You know, you're not the first person to say that. I feel like they should have it for sale or something.
You know you're gonna need a little more. It's like you can expand it.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Yeah. Then we have the cabinet at the bottom.
Yeah.
It just starts growing.
Right.
This is awesome though.
Oh, thank you.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for showing us.
Yeah.
What's this over here?
So this is our slider series. It's kind of going for a Buchla-esque vibe. We really like the sliders because you can take a look at it and just instantly know exactly where you're at and what you're doing for a live performance. So some of these are just kind of like more your bread and butter modules, but all together they make a really nice little system.
Cool, man. And then you do DIY kits.
We do, yeah. We've got almost 100 products that we sell now. So,
okay.
We've got a few of them for sale here, but we always sell everything. You can get things in like just as PCBs and like have all your own parts.
Cool.
We've got kits that it's all the parts you need, and we got really detailed, awesome instructions online to make it super easy for you.
I've never built anything. I've always been so scared.
Oh,
I don't even have like a soldering.
Yeah,
it's just
it's not so bad.
It's a whole different world.
Some of them are easier, some of them are harder, some of them are pretty advanced, but for the most part, they're like easy to intermediate on our stuff.
Awesome, man. Cool. We'll try to check some of the stuff out. So you have some new modules. What do you have here today?
Well, first and foremost, you got the Volkmeyer's Inferno, which is a granular synthesizer that you can load a file off the SD card or record from line inputs, slow down, stop it, extract a really short loop, and granularize that into a new cloud of sound.
Wowza.
It's got some fun feedback functions, SD card interface, and a number of alternate parameters you get with hotkeys. This other guy here is Andre Jr., which has been finished for a few years. It's a dual ADSR envelope with velocity-sensitive inputs. And one of those envelopes is coupled to an analog low-pass gate circuit. So it's a very quick way of setting up a velocity-sensitive end of your voice patch, just to add oscillator. Then finally we have the third revision of the Stilson Hammer, which is shaped much like the second, but it's got the gate keys above every step now for even faster programming.
Wow.
Each track also has an additional CV output that can go plus minus 8 volts, or it can act as another gate output, so you can trigger up to 8 drum voices from one Stilson Hammer. External CV's much cleaned up. It has an OLED display, so you can really see what you're doing. And it's much better with preset storage and recall than the Stilson Mark II. It's got a song mode, pattern chaining.
That's awesome, man.
SD card for backup. And overall, it's a little bit faster to use.
You want to show us an example?
Sure. So right now I have a bass patch set up with the velocity sensitive envelopes. So I'm using the external CV knob to change which notes come out of the sequence. So I don't even have to touch the sliders to add melodic variation. And then on these other tracks, I have I have some drums set up.
And you can do the ratcheting and everything?
Yeah. I'm going to bring up a drum voice in just a second and I can demonstrate that. Okay, I've brought in a drum voice here. So on the burst generator, you can cause a repeat. So you can program the number of repeats that you want and then go to the subpage and select which beat division you want. So times 3, times 4, all the way up to 16.
I've been wanting to try the Stilson. I have the very good 4 Plus, and I love it.
Yeah, Ben's designs are amazing.
That's just like, I have a friend that like lives by this, by the MK2, so I'm sure he's gonna love this. Very cool, man.
So you can set up bursts with different time divisions.
Sliders are nice and rubbery. I love the orange. Cool, man. Well, thanks for sharing with us.
No problem.
It's kind of like new
Tiny
stuff.
modules. They're like baby modules.
Yeah. Like that when you get 2 little sequencers, video, 2 little synthesizers, or in this module you got 1 of each.
That's awesome. But what is this crazy case? Like this is a whole different. Does it come? Does it come with a case?
That's an extra $2.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think I've seen these before. There's like some DIY on them, right? Or do you sell them built already?
They come in kits or built.
Nice.
And then there's like the little credit card size single version. That's kind of how they started.
Where are the samples coming from?
It's actually this thing. It's implementation of the Stilson Celebration.
That's crazy. This is yours too?
Yeah.
That's somebody else's?
Yeah, most of the stuff is other people's things. So, yeah, things that they would.
That's cool though. Do you have any new modules that came out that you're announcing today?
Yeah, the mini synthesizer is new, and then the mini sequencer is new, and the MIDI expander board there is new.
Nice.
Pretty soon I'll be releasing this.
Which one?
Oh, this one is a buffered multiple. It's the same as this, but it's got the lights on it. So it's just kind of a new version of that.
Who's this guy?
There's Division 6 Buck.
That's awesome.
Genuine 80s robot. Also have colored hex now.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for showing us. What is that?
I'm disinfecting it. This is my disinfectant method.
Nice.
I just paint the disinfectant. Actually, I think I'm the only one that touched this, so it's kind of pointless. But
That's hilarious.
yeah. So this is the Zoya Euro Bureau, and it is a Zoya in a modular case.
Crazy.
And it has 4 CV ins, 4 CV outs. It has push buttons instead of stomp switches. It has, what else does it have? It has a new headphone jack, and it comes with it has an optional case sold separately.
Nice. So like you can use it as a desktop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. And you mentioned somebody made the patches for it. Somebody special.
Oh yeah, Christopher Jakes made most of the patches. Ben Jordan made some, and I made some, and one more, let's see, Mike made some too, one of our beta testers. It's awesome. But I was just showing this this preset. It's just basically, it's a patch I made because I wanted to play chords on modular without using...
What? No, you need to play. I want to hear this.
It's
I've
just
been waiting for something like that.
It's just like a simple triad.
I just need a polysynth in Euro Rack. Why is it difficult?
Yeah, it's just 1 volt. See, I'm only setting 1 volt per octave. That's detecting the root note, and then I'm quantizing whatever key I want to be in, and then it's playing that note.
Checking this out on the channel at some point. That's gonna be cool. Awesome, man. Thanks for showing us. All right, Catalyst Audio. What do we have here today?
So this is basically a recreation of the Buchla 100 series in Euro Rack. So you may have recognized these as what were formerly the Buchla Red Panel series.
Okay.
They came out about 2 years ago, but I'm back to doing these as my own modules as Catalyst Audio. So essentially this first top row here is what used to be the Red Panel modules, and these bottom 2 rows are new modules that should hopefully be out in the next 2 months or so, or not 2 months, in the next 6 months or so. So what I've got going, new stuff that's coming out, I've got a reverb,
nice,
a dual square wave oscillator. This is a sharp cutoff filter. It's got a low pass, high pass, band pass filter, and a bandwidth control, which is like a very early version of resonance. We have a dual low pass gate and a fixed filter bank in this module here. Dual integrator, which is essentially like the precursor to something like a maths module. It's essentially like a slew, but it has controls for both the positive slope and the negative slope.
Very cool.
For the control functions, we've got the timing pulse generator down here, which is sort of like a fancy clock source. For the sequential voltage source, which is a 3-row 8-step sequencer. It's got 3 voltage outputs, and it's got a pulse output for each step. And then we also have the 112, which is a touch plate keyboard controller. It's got 2 CV row outputs, so you can like hit the touch plate and set whatever your CV output is independently for each row.
That's awesome. So is this for just one module?
Yeah.
Like CV and gate?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and these are all based off of the original schematics. So it's essentially exactly the same as the original Buchla 100 series,
but Euro Rack.
But Euro Rack. And it's
Awesome,
all compatible with Euro Rack. All the voltage levels are Euro Rack appropriate.
As far as
It's always jamming, man. I'm insulted. This is cool. So like, do you guys make every module?
all that you see here is made by VCV, but there's about 2,700 that are third party or in total.
That's awesome. So you do like the patching with like the mouse. Is that how you do it?
Yep. You just drag a cable from one place to a patch port here. And if you cover the cables, you can see where they're going, which makes it a little bit easier.
So like, do you have to buy each module? Is that how that works?
Most of what you see here is free. We offer some commercial ones like chords.
We just released VCV drums. This
So
is
like,
the module browser.
do you buy the size of the case? How does that work?
Nope. What you see here is let's see. So this is VCV Rack 2 Studio Edition. It's hosted as a VST in Ableton Live.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it has a full parameter mapping, so as long as you have a fixed rack, you can drag a knob and it will appear in Ableton's clip automation recording. You can record your performances and it'll play back those knob movements if you record a track of it.
That's crazy. So like people, okay, so you said most of the stuff is free, so like how much would it cost to fill a digital case? A virtual case?
Yeah. So Rack Studio Edition is $99 at launch, and then next year $149 is the regular price.
That's pretty good.
It comes with several modules, and of course with a VCV account, which is free, you can just download thousands of modules with the VCV library online. And when you download it, they'll appear in your rack here, or in the module browser, so that you can add them to your patch. And if you want to expand the functionality, like add really cool analog modeled synthesizers or drum machines, you can purchase those with our store. And
cool.
That's what you pay for if you want to expand your setup. But you can use Rack Community Edition 2.0 completely for free with several thousand free modules.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, people talk about this on the channel a lot. Like a nice entryway to your rack without breaking the bank. We're here with WMD. Killed it yesterday at the set. That was awesome, dude. What did you have going on?
So
It was
yeah.
one of these kicks, right? You have a very famous kick.
Yeah, so the kick is the Creator analog digital hybrid. So it's got like analog 808, 909 style side, and then it's got a digital side for like really crisp, clean attacks, so it always cuts through the mix. Pitch envelopes and clipping for distortion. The new thing is the Kraken. It's a snare drum, 100% synthesis. You want me to play some sounds?
Yes, please.
Cool, let me figure out. So this is no sample, it's 100% synthesis.
Very cool. Yeah, that was nice.
So it's got a couple different modes. One is digital noise, so it uses digital noise for the snare sounds. It repeats it every time, so it sounds like a sample. In the middle, it's an analog noise, so it sounds more like alternating hits with sticks. And on the right-hand side, it's a pitch shifter, which gives you just kind of more of a vintage, weird kind of tone. And then rec is 3 different types of distortion. So you have hard clipping, a wave folder, as well as a bit depth reducer, which gives you like more of a vintage sampler kind of sound.
Is that the only new module that you have?
So we also have these new prototypes. This is they're both oscillators. So this is our new analog oscillator. It's got a lot of really cool things as well. So if we go out of, hard to go upside down sometimes. Yeah, there we go. So that's the sine wave. It's got through 0 FM. So really nice metallic FM sounds. It's also got a couple different cool things on the saw wave. So just gonna reset some things here. Do you hear stuff? This is a normal saw wave. We go to the alpha saw. which is more like a Alpha Juno wave, where we have a saw wave with little windows cut out of it. And then you can do pulse width modulation over those windows. And adding more gives you more of an overtone.
Oh, that's nice. Pretty.
So that, through a filter, sounds really nice. It almost sounds like two oscillators playing at once, always in tune. Sounds really nice.
Nice. And what's your filter in here? I don't have a filter in my case.
The filter is the Carbon.
Is that the new one? Because I wanted to get the one Ricky had, but you guys don't make that one.
Yeah, so this is the continuation of that.
Okay. And I always hear very good things about this mixer from Travarsi.
Oh yeah, for sure. So this is state variable filter. You can change high pass, band pass, and low pass. And then it's got individual outputs for the 2-pole outputs. It's got an output wave folder on the 4-pole filter. Okay, there we go. So you can get super gnarly. And then it's also got input saturation, which is definitely really subtle, but just kind of fattens things up. And then yeah, as you can hear with this, with the windows now.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Got a cool little sound there. We also have a swarm output. This is an analog implementation of Supersaw. So we've got detune here. There's 2 voices. You can stack up to 7 and get real nice unison style sounds. And then the detune's up here.
That is very cool.
So yeah, that's all the new stuff.
Sweet, man. Thanks for sharing with us.
Yeah,
that
no
was
problem.
Awesome sounding stuff yesterday.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Cool
it.
stuff. Michigan Synthworks. You have a lot of cool stuff going on here. Anything you want to talk about?
This is the new kit. It's a DIY mono synth. So you build it yourself.
Nice. Can we hear it?
Yeah, that's the white one.
There we go. Very nice. So for someone that doesn't know, that's never built anything before, how difficult is it to build something like
Probably
this?
not a first project. Like, you probably want to start equipment
Yeah.
down there. Yeah.
Okay.
Work your way up to that. I mean, it's just because you're going to spend a couple $100 on parts and, you know, you don't want to mess it
And
up.
these are all like build, right?
Yeah.
These are all DIY
These
that
are all
you do?
kits, yeah.
Yeah, I know Travarsi was doing some of this.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff, man. Very cool. All right, quite an impressive collection you have here. So what is your brand name?
Grove Audio.
Grove Audio. Okay, so you make, this is 5U?
Yes, this is 5U here. That's what I started out with several years ago. It expanded quite a bit. Make a couple of different tribute modules, I guess. For example, this one right here, which is based on the Polymoog resonator section of Polymoog. And this is a recreation of the Moog 904A filter module. But a lot of these newer ones, like this dual VCO here, the voltage controlled oscillator,
Beautiful.
are relatively new.
And these are for sale now?
Yep. I've got 49 different MU modules, Moog compatible modules available right now.
So cool. And you said you're dipping into Euro Rack too?
Yep. I'm trying to modules that I developed for for MU, I tried to also create a Euro Rack version. Here's, for example, here's the PM resonator right here.
Cool. You have an audio example for us?
Maybe.
You can press play.
All I've got is headphone output though.
Oh, okay, all right. No problem. That's fine. Very cool stuff. Awesome.
Here's a relatively new module. This is a digital delay. Gives up to about 4 seconds of audio delay.
Nice.
And also does reverb and flanging and chorus.
Cool. And it's available now too?
Yep.
Awesome.
This is the same as that MIDI to CV converter over there. It can do up to 16 sets of control voltage and gate outputs, and as well as does a couple of other things like voltage controlled oscillator tuning.
Very cool. We all know Novation has the goodies. We've seen a lot of cool stuff already by them. I haven't messed with the circuit. The new one, or no, the old one I did have a couple years ago, but not the tracks. So please tell us about it.
Will do. So yeah, here we have the Circuit Rhythm. This is the newest circuit that has come out. And Circuit Rhythm is a sampler. So we have 8 tracks that we can throw samples on, and we can even sample directly onto the unit itself. So you can hook up a turntable, a synthesizer, and sample directly on the Circuit Rhythm, which is pretty cool because there is an SD card slot on the back here.
What's the sample time?
I think it's like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
And you can chop it on there?
You can chop it, yeah. So there's a cool slice mode. So for example, let's go down here. Let's go to so our samples are arranged in something called packs. So I'm going to go to our default factory pack and load it up here. And then we'll slice some samples up.
And it's battery powered too, right?
It's battery powered, yeah. So I can unplug this and it'll still be going. So
That's awesome. It's so thin.
Rechargeable.
I love how sleek it looks.
Yeah, it's pretty lightweight, super portable. So let's go down and find a sample that we can chop up. One of these. So this one. These are all one shots.
Can you play melodically?
Yeah, you can. So if we wanted to take, this one shot, for example, we can go to note mode.
Nice.
And play it that way. So I'm trying to find a longer sample.
This looks fun.
Yeah, here we go. So let's take this sample and we'll go to sample mode, and we will, instead of keyboard, we'll put slice mode on. So we can slice it in either 4, 8, or 16 slices. And then when we go to note mode,
oh wow.
yeah.
That's dope.
So let's let's put a kick drum here. Maybe we'll do a snare here.
Oh yeah, and how many bars?
So there's 32 steps for each pattern, but we also have 8 patterns.
Okay.
So 32 times 8.
Awesome.
So we can even chain these together, and there's even like a song mode. We call it scenes. So let's say we like this pattern that we just made. We can assign it to a scene, and then let's go back and let's make a different drum pattern. Maybe we'll do something like this, and then we can assign this to another scene, and then chain these together. So you can arrange pretty much a whole song directly on the Circuit Rhythm.
That's dope. And how many tracks was it?
8 tracks.
Nice. And they're mono? Yeah.
Yeah. So Circuit Rhythm is mono. The Circuit Tracks has a polyphonic.
Engine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? How many? Let's talk about that one.
Yeah. So
Over here.
Circuit Tracks has 2 polyphonic synth engines, so that means you can play 6 notes at a time. The synth engine is based off of the Mini Nova, so if you're familiar with the Mini Nova, you'll get some familiar sounds. We also have 2 MIDI tracks. So what's cool about the Circuit Tracks is we can route like an external synthesizer back through the Circuit Tracks and sequence it using the Circuit Tracks. So we have 2 built-in synths, 2 MIDI tracks, and then 4 drum parts. So the 4 drum parts are kind of similar to the Circuit Rhythm drum parts. You get 4 of them on here. The only difference is you can't sample directly on the tracks like you can on the rhythm.
Right.
So on the tracks, you want to load your samples up on the micro SD card ahead of time.
All right. Very cool. Can we hear it?
Yeah, I think this is hooked up to the speakers. It is.
All right.
So let's load. So we have our synth engine here. We got a bass. Then like a lead on synth 2, drum 1, kick, drum 2, snare, drum 3, hi-hat, drum 4, we have like a little stab. Yeah, there's a reverb and a delay on the Circuit Tracks.
Yeah.
There's also a master filter.
Oh wow, I didn't know that was there.
Low pass, high pass.
Man, that changes the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that one.
And then I didn't show you on the Circuit Rhythm, we have even more effects. So we have something called grid effects. So let's go to this project. I'm gonna go to our grid effects and we have like a stutter.
Oh yeah, I gotta get these and try them out. I do this. How many of those effects do you have?
So there's a bunch of different ones. You can customize it. So on this particular pack, we have like a gator. We have a stutter. I think we have like...
So the effects come in packs?
Yeah, so how you change that is you would hook this up to a computer and use Novation components and you can customize your effects. So let's say you want, maybe we don't want 6 different stutter effects. Maybe we want more phaser effects and you can customize the time, the amount, and all that stuff in Novation components.
Very cool.
There's a reverse.
I love just the size of it. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's super portable.
We'll see if we can try these out at some point.
Yeah.
My first one.
What was that?
So then we can come test it out later.
She just built it. Can you tell us your company name?
Schwab Modular.
Say that again.
Schwab Modular.
Schwab Modular.
Spelled Schwab, pronounced Schwab.
I like it.
Yeah,
So
we can test it out passively. We can't test it out actively right now.
Okay.
He might be willing to later on.
Yeah, I think he said after he's done with that.
Yeah, because he'd have to take something out and plug it in.
So are you all DIY?
Yep. Or no. We sell built modules.
Built modules
but
too? What new modules do you have that you released?
Newest one right now is the BCF3DB, which is voltage control fixed filter feedback distortion bank. So it's a 6-band fixed filter. Some of the unique features are you got input on or gain on the input. You have a gain feedback, which feeds back that input gain. And you have a system feedback, which takes the sum out, or it's normal to the sum out of the entire system, and then that feeds it back into itself. So you could use it somewhat as a normal fixed filter, pretty clean, or you can use it as a crazy, chaotic, kind of what you're hearing a little bit now.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Each band has a clip switch, so you have clipping on each band. You also have hard and soft clipping at the gain. And then you have envelope followers on each band, as well as discrete outputs and CV inputs for the VCA.
Cool, man.
A couple of the other newer ones are these two Chaos modules. You have the triple cap Chaos, which is the smaller one, and the diode Chaos. The triple cap would be more of a chaotic sound source module, whereas the diode Chaos is more of a chaotic modulation source.
Very cool. And what's the prices on these?
Built for the F3DB, I think it's 400. Kit, I think is looking at 260.
So you save quite a bit trying it yourself.
Definitely. And the diode Chaos kit is 40, and the triple cap Chaos is 35. Whereas the built are 75 for the diode Chaos, 55 for the triple cap Chaos. So.
Cool, man. Well, it sounds awesome.
And then yeah, this is the signal flow for the filter bank.
Very cool.
Like a quad VCO controller. It's kind of like a performance controller. It's touch based. So the idea is you have 4 channels vertically, right? Each channel outputs a 1 volt per octave signal, which is meant to control oscillators. So up to 4 oscillators independently. So like you kind of change the notes. Yeah, so you just kind of touch and you can create harmonies because the idea is like horizontally each channel is locked to these toggle switches. So like the toggle switch determines like the scale. You kind of set a scale based on the pattern of the toggle switches. So you can like flicking it up will raise this entire row by a semitone, or down 1 more, you know. So like you kind of build a scale that way.
Very cool.
And then with that you got like pitch bend, which is cool. This is like affects the pitch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, these are your octaves.
Very different.
Thanks. These are your octaves. So you can jump up and down octaves. And then it's kind of like a sequencer as well. So you can press the record button. It's hard to see with the light kind of flashing down, but this is a kind of like a 32-step sequence per channel. So you just kind of like, it'll record and play back the things you touch.
That looks interesting.
You know?
Yeah, I would like to see what that sounds like.
Yeah.
But awesome, man. And then you are, check them out. Here with ALM Busy Circuits. You guys already know the Squid Sample and the Tyco. Is there a Tyco here today?
Yeah, I've got a Tyco here.
And then they also came out with these cute cases. Look at this.
Yep, we've got deck savers available for the cases, so.
That's awesome. These cases are very lightweight.
Deck saver for the coupe. And then
I like this one.
the large one, yeah. Oh, the little
That's
one,
a cute case. What size is that?
That's 2 rows of 52 HP.
Nice.
We got the single 52. Cases should be available around October.
This is 84?
Yep, 2 rows 84.
How heavy are they?
Very light, meant to sort of travel with.
Cool.
I mean, light for metal, you know, it's still metal, but.
Very awesome. So are you guys showing off any new modules today?
Not today, but
just
soon.
The old goodies?
Yeah, very soon we'll have some new things. The latest thing we've done is the Jumble Henge, which is a collaboration with Warren. It's based on their soundstage module. So it's a mixer with 14 inputs, and you can pan by patching left and right, and up and down is filtering.
Cool.
So you can just create a mix really quickly with not a lot of space.
Are we gonna see a gray castle? Ever?
Likely not. Only coupe
cool.
right now.
Yeah, this gray case is so gorgeous.
Yeah, we like
This only comes in the case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have them on.